Hey, what's up, people? What's up? What's up? What's up? Let this kind of build up. Wish I had some background music. Whoo, whoo. It's tough. It's tough it's tough being a Cowboys fan this year. I will say that. Can I say that? Am I allowed to say that? I think I'm allowed to say that. That's the least. That's the least I should be allowed to say. It's tough being a Cowboys fan. It is super tough being a Cowboys fan this year. Whoo. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Let's. If you in the chat, go ahead and speak your piece, say your trash, whatever you gotta do. I know there's gonna be some Steeler fans. I know Mr. Hingle. I know he I know he is waiting to jump on this chat. But yeah, so I'm gonna let this build up a little bit. I'm gonna get it going. Oh man. Crazy game. Crazy game. All right, so where do I start? All right, let me turn my car. Let me roll these windows up real quick. I am in my car. I just left Outback. I was eating. I was eating what I thought was a winning meal, and then it became a losing meal. All right, uh, so listen. Let's where do I start this at? First of all, Garrett Gilbert played a hell of a game. The one turnover he made cost us the game. All right, that cost us the game. But I want to recap and I want to talk. I knew you was coming, Mr. Hingle. I knew I knew you was coming. Oh man, good game. This is where how do I explain this? Football analytics, statistics, geeks with numbers do not and should not be a part of football. I would like to say that again. I wish I had like a little animation. Nerds who write down notes, do numbers, statistics should not be in football, right? And this is why. Football is a momentum game, right? And this is what I'm saying to you. We lost the game in the third quarter. We didn't lose the game in the fourth quarter. We lost the game in the third quarter. And I know the exact play. The exact play is the 3rd and 7 call when we do the run to Zeke. He's short. His elbow hits. We're in Pittsburgh's territory now. We're in Pittsburgh's territory. He runs. He gets it down. His arm is short. It looks like he made it, but they say he didn't. Now, as a head coach, your team is 2-6. 2, not 6-2, 2-6, right? So at this point in time, you're not playing to play. If you're 6-2, you're playing not to lose. You're playing, okay, my defense is doing good, blah, blah, blah. At 2-6, you're 2-6, you're making a statement saying we're better than 2-6. You go for that. I do not care what statistic analytics say about that. You go for the gusto. You call a timeout, you bring your team in, and you say, look here, guys, we're freaking 2-6. If we don't get this inch, we don't deserve to win the game. And you build off that because you had the momentum going. You're running the ball very well. They could not stop you running the ball. So you listen, I'm looking at my $90 million back and I say, get me a goddamn inch. Give me an inch. Zeke, give me an inch. You're not worth $90 million. We're paying you $15 million this year. Go get me an inch. You go do that. I look at my offensive line. Zach Martin, get these Bamas in shape. Go get me an inch. An inch. But yet you settle for a field goal that gets you to 19. You don't score again. That is my issue. You get 7 there. You're at 23. The game is 23-24. If you don't score again, and now you're looking for a field goal to win the game because now Pittsburgh has to kick that field goal at the end of the game. And you still got to either go down and score a touchdown, but the game is it's different. And when you have the momentum in football, you have to ride it because the fourth quarter, you're cold. Your quarterback's cold. He couldn't hit the broadside of a bucket in the fourth quarter. He couldn't hit anybody. He was missing throws. That's where you separate great coaches from mediocre coaches, great coaches from average coaches. Because you have to understand, when you're playing against Ben Roethlisberger, the Aaron Rodgers, the Drew Breeses, the Tom Brady's, the Patrick Mahomes, you have to win the game. They're going to go win the game. You have to win the game. So you can't be like, oh, we're just going to play not to lose. Oh, we're just going to play good defense. That's not how this works in the NFL. Like, you have to know this, Mark McCarthy. You have to tell, I don't give a damn what Kellen Moore is thinking about. Run the ball here. I don't care. Go get my 90 back this 15. Listen, if my $90 million back can't give me an inch, or my offensive line can't give me an inch, we deserve to lose the game. That's what I'm telling my team. We deserve to lose the game. If you can't give me 4 inches, we can't get an inch. That's the problem with the Cowboys right now, is that you're go for stupid stuff, 4th and 5 and in the middle of the second quarter and who knows what. But when the game is on the line, you got momentum on your side. You have been running it down their throat the whole drive. You kick it on 4th and inches. That tells me you have no gusto. You have no heart. You have no grit. Your team is wusses. Like, that's what that tells me. For real, for real. So it's like, so at the end of the day, I just don't understand that. Now, granted, the Steelers did everything they could to win the game. Like, that's just what the Steelers did. Ben played hell of a game. Defense came through it. Like, okay, you put 300 yards up on the Pittsburgh Steelers, which was supposed to be the number 1 defense in the league. Granted, got it, good. Game clap. But you know at some point they're going to step up. You got to understand at some point they're going to make a stop. They're not the number 1 defense for no reason. They're not the number 1. They're not ranked the number 1 for no reason just because it's for shits and giggles. They're rated number 1 because of the simple fact is they get the job done. TJ Watt's going to get the job done. Haywood's going to get the job done. Bud Dupree's going to get the job done. While they're making sacks, while they're making turnovers, we're getting stupid penalty called against Jalen Smith, who's hitting people in the forehead and just doing dumb stuff like illegal contacts. I mean, just continuing drives on their side of the football. If I'm being 100% honest, I am so surprised Dallas showed up. When I tell you I didn't think Dallas was going to show up, I didn't think they was going to show up. I thought they was going to lay the biggest goose egg in the history of goose eggs. But they came up, they showed up. But when your team shows up, you as a coach have to show up. You as a coach have to match that energy. You have to tell your boys, like, we're in this together. Like, we going to go down together. We going to win together. Like, 2-6, you go. I don't care what the analytics say. I don't care what the numbers say. I don't care about any of that. You go for that. You're on their 30. You go for that. You're 2-6. You go for that. You have no reason to play scared. Listen, you're in there with house money. You're not supposed to be in this position. You're up in the game. You're doing well in the game. You're playing with house money. Just go for it. Go, like, who's seen Tin Cup? If you seen Tin Cup, put in the comments below if you seen Tin Cup. In Tin Cup, he just keeps hitting it. He just keeps dropping. Hey, I can make this shot. Drops it again. I can make this shot. Actually goes and talks to his girl. His girl's like, shh, whatever. Just hit it. Just hit the damn thing. That's where I was at in that. You've done all these field goals. All the field goal. And you think that's going to beat Ben Roethlisberger? At some point in time, you're going to have to score a touchdown. At some point in time, you're going to have to look between your legs and be like, look, do I still have them? Yeah, I'm about to use them. Like, that's my issue with this Dallas Cowboy team. Now, going to the defense. If you've played football before, and if you know coverages, when in God's green earth would a defensive coach tell you to run a cover 3 on the goal line? Don't worry, I'll wait. Don't worry. You know this in high school. You know this in college. Why in the freak are you running? That was the easiest touchdown I have ever seen thrown in my life. It was just a damn near out route. It was an out route. He did a speed out and threw it, boom, touchdown. Like, who does that? That's what Dallas is about. You make all the right plays until you need the crucial one at the right moment, and you don't do it. I don't get it. It's like you do all the right stuff the whole game, and then when stuff gets tight, when your back's against the wall, your coaches don't make the right plays. The players don't make the right plays. They do all the wrong things when they're supposed to do it at the right time. I just don't get it. Don't get it. I really don't. It hurts. It frustrates me to the 10th degree. So, My takeaways from the game is that the Steelers are vulnerable. The Steelers are not all that. You know what I'm saying? They're not. But when you have better coaching, when you have the better quarterback, when you have the better offensive players, I won't even say better offensive players. When you have the better coaching, when you have the better quarterback, that's what happens. That's what happens. I had a coach, he always told me, big time players make big time plays in big moments. And Dallas has none of those players. Not one that you can lean on, count on, trust in to be like, you know what? He's going to get the job done. He's going to do this. He's going to do that. And no shot at Dak. I still sometimes will be like, could he get it done? You know what I'm saying? Like, even in that situation, maybe, maybe not. You know what I'm saying? But Garrett Gilbert, all the good notes. Garrett Gilbert looked really, really good. He looked comparable as a quarterback. He looked like he's played the position before. I thought that's how Andy Dalton would look going forward. He did not. You know what I'm saying? Let me get some of these comments. Throwing coach, not a running coach. Yeah, that Mr. Riddick, like, yeah and no, right? Because you have to, like, common sense would tell you, like, when you go back and look at the stat sheet, you're gonna be like, damn, we run the ball 150 times on it. We rushed for 150 yards. So that means they can be ran on. So it's not about what my tendency is. It's not basketball where you know, we shoot threes, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna shoot threes. No, it's what's effective. And what was effective was running the ball. Tony Pollard was having a hell of a game. Zeke was having a hell of a game. So in the big moment when you needed to play, that's who you should have went to. You should have turned to either Tony Pollard or Zeke. And especially if Zeke's getting paid $90 million. If you're not willing to run 4th inches with your $90 million back, you need to trade him. I said it here. If you're not willing to put your money on a $90 million back who you've paid $15 million a year, you need to trade him. You need to get him out the building. Because if you're not putting him in the big time plays, let me ask you this. If you have Adrian Peterson, do you hand it to him? If you have Emmitt Smith, do you hand it to him? If you have LaDainian Thomason, do you hand it to him? If you have Marshall Faulk, do you hand it to him? If you have Jerome Bettis, do you hand it to him? Like, if you have an iconic back, that if you say you have an iconic back, you say you have that guy, that mama, there goes that man. If you have that guy, you give that guy the ball. So don't hit me with no, he's a running coach and throw. No. That don't work. Next one. You all shouldn't want anything to go right. Throw the season away and get the highest draft pick possible. Yeah, that sounds right. But when you're in the game, any player's going to want to win. Do I want to tank for? I don't want to tank for Trevor. I really don't even do that. I would rather tank for Justin Fields or Trey Lance because we're not getting Trevor. But when you're a player, Walker, I don't know if you ever played the game before. Stop. But if you're a player, when you're in the game, you want to win. It's just that simple. You want to win the game when you're in the game. You know what I'm saying? And we were in the game. It was a winnable game, and we lost it. You know what I'm saying? We lost that game. Steelers took it from us, but we lost that game. We had momentum the whole first half. The whole first half. We had momentum going in. We had momentum all through the third quarter. The fourth quarter, we went cold and stale because once momentum leaves you for football, you have to have a big turnover, a big play to get you back in the game, and we never could sustain that. We never could get that. The Steelers got that with the turnover in the red zone. Big time turnover, big time interception by bad throw by the one bad play he had all day. He throws it in that situation, gets picked off, and there goes the momentum. There it goes, siphed off, and then now we're back in the slums of being 2-6. So, oh my God, I'm so frustrated dealing with this team, but it is what it is, man. It is what it is. But that was just my little quick synopsis, man. The game was a great game. Side note, when I went to Outback, the people that was in there, they ran from their ticket. Yeah, they kind of jumped ship and rolled out. Yeah, the lady was pretty mad why that happened, but listen, we're 2-7. We win that game, we're first place in the division. Ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy? Crazy. But like I think this is really something to build on. The defense finally showed up for the first 3 quarters. Anyway, They did everything they could, but your offense has to step up. When your defense comes to play, your offense has to push the envelope. Has to, man. Has to take risks, take a shot, do something. Stop being so conservative at the wrong moments. Like, I just don't get it, and it's so frustrating to see that people are so scared. Like, play the game, man. Just play it. But I appreciate you guys for tuning in. We're trying to go get back on a more regularly scheduled program of getting these videos out. Listen, I am going to make a OffScript group. All right, I am going to make an OffScript group. If you're on my Facebook friends, you're going to see an OffScript group. I'm taking the page away. I'm gonna make a group, and you're gonna see I'm a flood messenger with a whole bunch of invites to the OffScript group. All right, so make sure you tune in to get that going. Yeah, and we're gonna get, like I said, we're gonna get more videos coming out soon. And appreciate you guys for rocking with me. I keep rocking with you. All right, see you on the next one. Holla.